All right, people, your boy, man, Mike coming at you guys with yet another Atlanta Falcons news video, NFL news around the league. But let's get straight into this first. Pete Carroll is now the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, this is a pretty good deal if you ask me. You have a 3-year deal for 4-year team option. All right, so it's a 4-year deal with a team option. To be honest, if you look at what he's done in his career, you know, in the NFL and the college game, I think this is probably one of the better deals in this offseason, to be honest, hiring Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is that dude. Whether or not he is an old school, new school coach, he's let it be known that he has the ability to transition to any sport, all right? To be honest, to any generation and any style. Pete Carroll is that guy. So for me personally, with a minority owner like a guy like Tom Brady, who understands the ins and out of the league, the current league, the old league, and what football needs to become, you need coaches. And Pete Carroll is one of those guys. You look at him, his career and his resume just speaks for itself. Pete Carroll is that dude. So I like this deal for the Las Vegas Raiders, especially with a guy like Max Crosby. He wants money, obviously, but he wants stability. And I think if you look at the Raiders and Pete Carroll, I think they made the right deal. All right. He made the right deal in, you know, the step to try to bring back a damn good player like Max Crosby. Let me know what you guys think about this hiring for the Las Vegas Raiders and Pete Carroll. Also, just a little bit more news to kind of look at this. Mike Vrabel, obviously with him being the Patriots guy and bringing in the Detroit Lions defensive lineman. Also, I think that's a pretty good deal for them. The Patriots and these guys bringing in, you know, they're trying to resurrect and bring in that same type of success back to the New England Patriots and the heyday of their franchise. Ben Johnson, I think it's going to be interesting to see with Ben Johnson and that Caleb Williams, how those guys are going to coexist. Obviously, you look at his time with Detroit and what he did with Jared Goff. So they're hoping to kind of, you know, continue that. Obviously, he's one of the young minds, brilliant minds, so to speak, in the NFL. And Ben Johnson and everybody want him. He's a hot commodity. But a lot of Detroit fans and Chicago, that rivalry is about to be really interesting with Ben Johnson going against his old team and the Detroit line. Let me know what you guys think about that, him and Caleb Williams, as far as those guys and how you think these guys are going to coexist. Aaron Glenn, he's headed to the Jets. All right, he's headed to the Jets to be the head coach for the Jets. So you got two coordinators on one team that are head to be head coaches, Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, the offensive guy and the defensive guy. And then you got the defensive line coach he's headed to be a DC. Yeah, it's going to be, I really feel bad for the Detroit Lions, man. Their team, we're going to see what the head coach Dan Campbell is all about. Is it really him? Or is it his offensive coordinator? Is the chemistry, what he's been able to bring to these guys? We're going to see, man. It's going to be interesting. Liam Cohen, if you guys have not seen the short on this particular channel, check out the short on Liam Cohen. This guy has upset a lot of people. I'm not going to go into detail as far as how I think. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about the day on End Games with your boy Rondrell, a.k.a. Mr. Tactician. We're going to talk about that in length. All right. So check out that. Obviously, with the Saints and the Cowboys, if you don't know, now you know. The Cowboys have, with Brian Schottenheimer, give him he's had 2 interview sessions. So, look, I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell is going on with Dallas Cowboy and Jerry. All I know, it just seemed like somebody that he can control. I don't know if Brian Schottenheimer is the right guy for that team. I really don't know. I'm just going to be honest. And it's going to be interesting. A lot of people are wondering whether or not it's still real as far as Deion Sanders being able to be that guy for them. they're going to have to seek permission from the organization for the school, Colorado, to even hire to talk to Deion Sanders. So look, I doubt it at this point what's really going to happen. Whether or not Deion Sanders is going to be that guy, we'll see. But the Saints are still looking for their guy. The Cowboys are looking for their guy also. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Also, this Atlanta Falcons news right here. All right, so the Falcons have hired Mike Rutenberg, and Mike Rutenberg was a defensive passing game coordinator for the Jets as well as a linebackers guy. In my opinion, I think he's going to come here and be instrumental in not only the coverage scheme for the Atlanta Falcons, but he's going to work closely with guys like Troy Anderson, J.D. Bertrand. These guys, Atlanta Falcons struggled and the coverage aspects of things. So Mike Rutenberg, I think it's a good hire for what the Falcons struggled with. A lot of basics in regards to the coverage concern. I don't want to see J.D. Bertrand. I don't want to see Caden Ellis consistently in coverage. I don't want to see guys like Nate Landman in coverage, and I think he's going to work closely again with Troy Anderson. Now, Troy has to stay healthy, but bringing in a guy like Mike Rutenberg, I think it is very good for the Atlanta Falcons. So let me know what you guys think about this. Also, the Falcons have named Nate Ollie as the defensive line coach. He's comfortable with working with defensive linemen with length. So you go back to his days with the Indianapolis Colts. We're working with guys like Forrest Buckner and whatnot. You look at him. The Falcons have guys like Brandon Dorless, Zach Harrison. These guys are long. Even a guy like Ruka Roro. These guys are long. Their length. He's used to working with these guys. Obviously, with the defensive line with the Houston Texans, DeMeco Ryans and that team up there. Look, I like it. I like the hirings right now as far as the Falcon defensive coach is concerned. So let me know what you guys think about that, man. This has been your boy, Matt Mike, with another Atlanta Falcons news update, NFL news and rumors, excuse me. If you like more of these, hit that subscribe button. Do tell your friends all about your boy, Matt Mike Sports. All right, hit that subscribe button, man. Peace. That's all I got to say about that. And that's the bottom line because Mad Mike said so.